YouTube. All right, so my Tuesday video is here, uploaded as per usual. I'm doing pretty good this year, but it's not the video that I had told you guys I was going to be posting, so I apologize in advance. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Jessica, and I'm the owner and operator of Roundtown Candle Co. And on my last video, I had told you guys that my next video, which is this one, was going to be an updated tour of my candle studio, and that is not happening. I'm sorry. I planned Sunday to record, and as luck would have it, I woke up and felt pretty darn motivated to start repainting bathrooms in my house. So we went and bought paint and came home, and I just started into our upstairs bathroom and got it all painted. And then by the time I cleaned up and did all that stuff, I was pretty much just out of energy to then go back downstairs and go into the full tour video and all that stuff. So not to mention that I was a little sweaty, a little bit covered in some paint. You know how that goes. So anyway, so I am changing directions, and I want to talk about the roller coaster of retail. So I have never done retail before. And so since starting and opening, especially since opening my store, it's really weird. And whether you have a store, online markets, whatever you do, I'm sure you can relate to this. Sometimes you can expect that there's going to be a crowd and there's none. Sometimes you sort of think that it's going to be dead and you're slammed. There's no rhyme or reason. I can't find a pattern that makes sense. I don't think one exists. So I had a day last week where I was super busy in the store, and I have it open the same time I'm working at my full-time job next door. And I've been training the new girl, and so I was over there with her and then like bouncing back and forth, and the store was super busy for no reason. And then I decided I was going to stay open late this evening because we're getting towards the Valentine's Day countdown, you know, just a couple days away. And I wanted to give people more of an opportunity to shop for Valentine's Day. So I thought, well, I'm going to stay open until 5:30, and that way, you know, people, if they want to stop in, do last minute shopping and things like that, I'll be here. Well, guess what? Not a soul has been in today at all. Not during the day while I was working next door, not this evening while I've been in here, just nobody's coming. And it just got me thinking about how much it's like a roller coaster. And side note, I don't ride roller coasters. I'm terrified, but I've seen them. Obviously, I know how a roller coaster works. So the only thing I can think of is that honestly, retail reminds me of what it would be like, or makes me think, I should say, of what it would be like to be on a roller coaster with your eyes closed. Because you don't know when it's going to go up. You don't know when it's going to go down. You don't know how long it takes to get up, or when, you know, it's just so unknown. And so I think like the first couple times I would have that where I would be open and nobody would come in, I would almost feel, I don't know, I was like ashamed, embarrassed. I don't know. I'd be talking to my mom and she would just do the normal casual conversation that people do. We'd be on the phone and like, how was business today? And I would be like, oh, it was really good. And I didn't say I had nobody in, because I just felt like if I said I had nobody in, that would be, I don't know. It just didn't feel good for me to say that. And then I was like, well, I don't want to lie to her. So then I was on the phone with her one day and the same thing happened. You know, how was your day? And I was like, I didn't have a soul in. And she's like, well, that's just the way. And she starts trying to like give me this whole pep talk, kindness, coming from kindness. But I was like, Mother, please don't. I know this. I don't want to hear it. So I don't like when people ask me how busy I was. I just don't like it. That's my thing. I don't like that, because then I feel like, you know, being dead, you can be dead in the store all week and have one day where everybody comes and they're in the mood to shop and they spend like crazy, and that's kind of how it goes. So I don't let the slow times get me down. I basically do things like I clean, I go around and dust. I'll walk around and look at how, even though like through Inventora and Shopify, I can see my stock levels, something about visually seeing them I like better. So I'll walk around with my little clipboard and I will look to see like, this is definitely good. I don't need anything here. This scent, I probably better go ahead and start pouring this and that, and things like that. So I use the plain newspaper. You can get those giant rolls of plain newspaper. And then I tear them down into these little squares like this. And I keep those on my back counter so that when people purchase candles, I have them sitting on the counter and I have my little tape dispenser and all that. And the shopping bags over there. So it's all laid out real nice so I can wrap up candles. So when the paper starts getting low, I will tear the pages and, get that stocked back up. I'll clean windows, I'll mop the floor, just all those things. And sometimes when everything's clean, all the paper's torn, everything's ready to go, there's really nothing else to do, then I will get online and I will start looking at products and fragrances and researching new companies that I haven't dealt with before and just different things like that. So I think it's important for us, sorry if I'm looking around a lot, you guys, I have all my windows, my curtains open, and I'm just watching traffic and things like that because the store is open. I don't want to be blindsided. But I think it's really important to get yourself in a good headspace where when you don't have business, when you don't have customers coming in, when you're just kind of like, it's not really happening, to not let that be discouraging and find ways to spend the time where you can be productive or you can do your research. I will walk around here too and kind of look at the products that I have, the way things are set up. Maybe I should move some things around just to kind of change it up a little bit. So, there's just always something to be, that you can be doing. Now, I will say that the absolute benefit of having a retail space is, well, for one, you don't have to move anything, actually physically go, like if you're going to markets or doing things like that, everything stays here. But it's nice because, I've heard a lot of people and seen people go to market and like it's just a dud market, and that stinks because all the time it takes to get your product together and load it up and everything set up and everything just so, and all the time and whatever it costs to get into the market, things like that. And then if you just have a total dud day, that kind of is a bummer. And I feel like the way that I have it a little bit better with the brick and mortar is that if today's a dud, tomorrow might be amazing. And so having a space where everything is here all the time makes that very helpful because it's not like I have to get everything ready and it all depends upon this one weekend. So if you don't have a retail space or you're not quite there yet, something you can also consider is going into somebody else's space. So there are like craft malls and things like that where you can rent a little section. You can rent a booth, usually is what they call it. That would be an idea. Or, obviously doing some wholesale or some consignment where you've got your product in another store. So there are ways to get yourself out there and try to increase the amount of people that can be shopping for your product at any given time. And, we just do the best we can. So today has been very slow. And I thought maybe it would be a little bit busy because, like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up and I thought maybe people would be trying to grab some last minute stuff. But for all I know, they might be coming in tomorrow to do that. So you just really never know. And that's the bad part about it. I would rather be here and have the hours available so that if somebody wants to shop, rather than not be here and not be available to people. And then, you know, if somebody wants to shop and I'm not here, then maybe they're going to go somewhere else. So I don't know. We just do the best we can. But anyhow, so the store is clean. I bought a couple more shelves from IKEA that I'm going to be putting together to try to give myself a little bit more space because I feel like I'm getting a little cluttered. Not exactly cluttered, but I'm just getting more products now that I have shelf space for. So it makes it seem like I'm running out of room. So I bought a couple more tables. I don't know, they're 3-tiered shelves or tables or whatever. I already have 2 of them in here, and so I'm gonna get 2 more and butt them up against the other 2. And I've started pouring some new scents that I'm gonna be bringing out and testing some others and just doing all those things. So the problem is when you are a one-man show, that when you want to take a break to paint a bathroom, you just have to do it and everything else just stops. So now I'm a little bit behind on what I had planned, but I have to have a balance. And I really, really have been wanting to do a little bit of updating as far as just freshening up changing some colors and things like that at home. So it was nice. It felt good to take a break. I feel like between my job and the candle store and stuff, you know, it's just always work, 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 work. And even though painting is work, it was just nice to be able to do something a little bit different. So that's what I did. So next week, next Tuesday, I will have my updated studio tour no matter what. So look for that. I'm really excited just to show you guys some of the things I've changed. And actually probably quite a bit has changed since the last one, I think. But anyhow, I'm going to take you guys through it and show you some of my favorite stuff, and I'll have everything linked so that if you see anything that you like, you know where to grab it. So that is all for today. I will see you guys soon. I hope you have a great week. And if you're not subscribed and you want to do it, that would make my day. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.